What is going on, folks? Welcome to another episode, 9NerdYards. I'm your host, Blake Weather. Let's introduce the panel and let's talk about the reason why we're here today, because we're still talking about Atlanta and we're probably going to talk about some other shit. So let's get right to it. You know him, you love him, straight out of the mean streets of Austin, Texas. It's White Rice Jeff, aka Jeff. Jeff, what's going on, my man?
How's it going, guys? It's good to see everybody.
Good to see everyone here out of the mean streets of Denver, Colorado, by way of Houston, Texas this week, right? Is it Houston? You're in Houston, Terry.
Well, no, I'm in Port Arthur, representing.
Oh, Port Arthur, that's right.
Rest in peace, Pimp C. You know?
Yeah.
Good.
Shout outs to Bun B. Shout outs to everybody in Port Arthur.
Yeah,
you know him, you love him. The reason we're all here, El Capitan, El Presidente, the man with the plan. It's 9 of 9NerdYards. What's going on, baby?
You know, I'm just going to steal my guy's line and just say, "Sup?
What's
up?" And of course, our illustrious guest today, he's an actor and he was in the latest episode of Atlanta, which was the series and season finale. You know him better as Chef Kenny, but it is Damian Jason White. My man, what's going on, bro?
Sup?
What's up? Twice as nice, y'all. Twice as nice.
Awesome.
You got to
What is going on,
really
man?
hard, Mr. Honk. Squint at the
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm very excited to
For
be here
sure.
to talk some ATL. So, yeah.
Well,
man.
for people that don't know you, man, just sort of shout out your story real quick. You know, where you're from, how long you've been in the industry, and of course, we're going to get into like how you got instituted into the wonderful world of Atlanta and what was or was not a dream.
Yeah. I felt like being on set was definitely a dream. It was pretty awesome. But, I was born in New York, Brooklyn, New York.
Nice.
Shout out Bed-Stuy.
Yeah.
And I was there till I was 12, moved to Atlanta when I was about 12.
Okay.
Always knew that I wanted to be an actor since I was a kid. I used to go around telling people that I wanted to be the Black Macaulay Culkin whenever I was a kid, because I just knew I wanted to be an actor, and I loved the Home Alone movies. So that's kind of like where I got my love for acting. That and The Wizard of Oz. I did a lot of acting. Most of my acting was done in Chicago.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
A lot of improv and sketch comedy. I used to perform at IO, which is like a big improv theater there. Used to work for the Second City. And then I found myself back in Atlanta in about 2015, 2016. Whenever.
And if you were seeing Jeff shake his head, it's because Jeff is from Chicago. So
Nice.
Got a flag back there on the wall and everything.
Yeah.
This is how I know if we're gonna be boys. What's your favorite Chicago style deep dish pizza in Chicago?
Oh man, I'm a basic bitch, so Giordano's is pretty good,
Okay.
but you can't beat Pequod's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What about Illuminati's though?
Fuck
Oh yeah,
Illuminati's.
nine
No?
is in Chicago.
No,
I got a Giordano's like just down the street. I'm not.
I would
doxing
be
myself,
so
but
much
don't
fatter
fight
if
me.
I were you.
It's hard. It's a tough walk. Every time I walk past it, I'm like, I'm not sure. Should I drop that bando today?
Yeah.
Chicago has a Nando's.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, there's a Nando's. Like, come on,
Yes, I got some Nando's.
Yeah, it's in some dude's house.
It's in Nando's house, yeah.
Now Second City is improv, right? Is that like
improv, sketch comedy, but mostly sketch comedy. So that's where like Tina Fey,
Yeah.
Terrell, John Candy, like Keegan Michael Key, like all these big people like got their start at Second City.
Yeah.
It's known as a good stepping stone for SNL.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I did the cruise ship with them, so I was on the sea doing comedy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was a great experience. Probably my favorite job that I've had.
Whoa. Including Atlanta?
Atlanta,
All right.
but being on the cruise ship performing comedy was pretty cool. But
That's awesome.
Nice.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
That's
so
dope, man.
but tell everyone the cool thing about you getting on Atlanta, because I thought this was a really cool one.
Yeah, so I've always been a big fan of Donald Glover since like Mystery Team and their comedy and all those days. So I've always related to like him as a performer. Also had a lot of the you talk white even though you're black thing. So I kind of like felt a lot of that with with his content. So in 2015, 2016, I was in LA at the time. And they had just announced on Deadline that Donald Glover was going to be getting this new show. So I was just like, oh, that's awesome. It's going to be set in Atlanta. So I was just like, okay, I grew up in Georgia, so I have family here. So I just said, you know what? I had a family member that was sick at the time as well, and he was passing. So I was just like, I'm just going to go back to Atlanta for a little bit. I came back, I signed with the agency here within a couple of months of being here. And then I did a few auditions for them. One of my early auditions was for season 1 of Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've auditioned for every single season of the show. Every single season.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us like which ones you were auditioning for?
The first episode that I auditioned for was Lee in season 1. That was the Streisand Effect.
Mm-hmm.
The one where the guy drinks the toilet water.
Yeah. That was the gel episode. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. I auditioned for that. I auditioned for one of the dude in season 2 in the first episode when he like lifts up the storage unit for Earn.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I seen Storage Wars. That's not how this works.
Yeah. What else? I auditioned for a couple others. I auditioned for a Bunk in season 3. A Trinity to the Bone episode I auditioned for.
Yeah.
Because the casting directors, they know me and they know that my family's from Barbados.
Wow.
I think they just wanted to see me audition. But when I got that audition for Trinity to the Bone, I had already filmed season 4 for Atlanta, so I couldn't even do the Trinity to the Bone episode anyway. They filmed that after some of season 4. It was like a weird scheduling that they had, but I think I was like, when I was there on set, I was there for like 3 days.
Okay.
And we were like, it was like the 85th day of 115 days of shooting for them. So like, they were
my goodness.
The end, yeah. But I auditioned a few times for the show. And it was something that I always wanted. Like I literally even put it on my vision board, which I call my Lord Willing board. I wanted to book Atlanta. I specifically wrote on my vision board that I wanted to book a recurring role on Atlanta, even though they don't really have that many recurring characters anyway.
Right.
So when I auditioned in early September.
This was last year.
This was in 2021 when we filmed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
So last year. Yeah.
Yeah. I did the audition, and all I had got was like the one line. That was literally all that was on the audition.
Which line was it?
It was the SUUUUP line.
Okay.
That's all that I got in the audition script. But what I did the scene, and what I added onto it at the end, I was just like, "Sup?" And then everyone was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "That's how we roll." Because it's like a sushi roll, so I was just like doing a little pun. But I guess I got past for that. But it was crazy, man. I had it up on my vision board. I knew it was something that I wanted to do, and then finally, the last episode of this show, I got cast. But I didn't know that it was the last episode when.
That's crazy.
They didn't announce that it was the end yet.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So like, we talked about that a little backstage. It wasn't even like last episode of the season that you were in. You just like had no idea where you're kind of being placed in the.
So I knew that I was going to be in episode 410, but I didn't know that it was the series finale. Because they had announced that it was the series that was going to be the last season yet, whenever we filmed.
Okay.
When I was on set, I got the script, and at the top it had the episode title, and it was all a dream. So I was just like, oh, that's interesting. I was just like thinking maybe it's like a Biggie kind of thing, you know, because of it's all a dream. But I hadn't that it was this crazy ride. Yeah,
that's so funny.
That's amazing.
So you audition every season and get in the last episode of the series. That's insane.
That is pretty crazy. Yeah, like that vision board was just like just wait.
Yeah.
Wait it out. I got you. I got you.
This has kind of been a recurring theme we've been talking about with all of our guest stars about how often you need to keep applying and reapplying yourself. And it's like, if you have like 50 auditions, you may only get called back for 1 or 2 of them. And it's like just a big numbers game, and you just can't give up. You just got to keep going and keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was my second big professional credit, because I did an episode of New Amsterdam literally like a couple of weeks before I filmed Atlanta.
Oh my
god. So, but like I'm auditioning like all the time, and it really
so it was just like came all at once almost. Just it kind of happens like that. It all just happens all at once. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. And then for everyone that is not in the know, I'm not sure why you are here, but let's take a look at what we're talking about here. Damian Jason White, aka Chef Kenny, and his scene on Atlanta. Y'all can hear that, right?
Nope.
No.
No.
You need to stop it.
Hear that?
We need to hear sound.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely need to hear the sound.
And Chef Kenny, great mind.
Best mind sushi chef that's ever been around. So while you're on there, you said it took 3 days.
Yeah. So we were there. I was supposed to be there for 2 days total.
Okay.
The second day, we were halfway through filming, and someone came back with a positive COVID test, so we had to like shut down filming. And we didn't come back until like a little over a week later.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did not watch it tonight.
I mean, in your defense, the bathroom was like across the street, man. It was hard to get to.
It's a lot too much. All right. So no technical difficulties this time, and I got the subtitles.
Why do you think I sat facing away from it?
There we go.
Hello. Hey,
Hi.
what's going on? My name is Chef Kenny. We'll be serving you omakase today since it's a special occasion. DeMarcus is a big admirer of your work, and he's honored to have you here.
Thank you.
Sup?
Just like completely unrelated to the fact that you were coming on, I've just been saying just like randomly to myself, just trying to get like the pitch right.
He has not stopped.
We're like in our group chat, and it's just like every other day is like
See, I haven't really said it that much, surprisingly. Like, that was like one of the first ones I said it in like a long time.
Well, you hit it perfectly.
Thank you.
I mean, it's so reminiscent of the classic. What's up? Bringing that back, but with like a new flavor to it, and love it.
I actually you know when Donald says "What up?" It's like I can't remember what episode it is, but I used to say it like that sometimes too, just because I like.
It's the first episode. It's the first episode where he's talking to Al.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure that out. Like, that sounds so familiar. But like, how many takes did you like kind of do of that whole walk up?
So we filmed a lot of it. We did all at once. So
Okay.
it would start with. Oh, thank you. It would start with them getting there to the restaurant, doing the whole Al getting into the
He's a
table,
big
all
admirer
that,
of your
waiting
work,
for
and
us.
he's
So
honored
we
to have you.
probably, I would say maybe like, if I had to guess, 10 times, if that.
Okay.
damn.
Okay.
Not much, because
So-
we had to get the wide shots on me, shots on them. So we had to do like a few different times.
So shots.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody.
Yeah.
All
But still,
right.
10 is less than I would have thought, you know?
It might have been more, but I think that's I don't remember saying the line all that often.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were telling us before too. There was you shot more stuff than was just shown in the episode.
Mhm.
What were some of these other shots? Because one of them was so ridiculous that like I'm just getting a vision of you with the sushi. So what were some of these other shots that you shot that weren't actually included?
Shots of me making the sushi with my bare hands, so me caressing.
And was the fish room temperature?
Yes.
Oh my
No, it wasn't like real,
Oh.
real sushi, but most of it was
Right.
like there was real rice, there was real vegetables, but a lot of it was like watermelon for like tuna or just like stuff like you have fruit mostly.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Just pops better on camera.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah,
Although,
they-
let's be honest, the Hood Sushi Fusion restaurant, is a watermelon roll that far off?
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
I think we got a bot in the chat there, buddy.
Oh Jesus. Yep.
Man, they're coming after Chef Kenny.
Wow. Yeah, man. They got some hot, sexy singles in the area for you.
I was like, oh no, who did I piss off?
Or who did you make happy? So
Seriously,
Yeah. They also filmed. There was a bit with the waiter giving directions to Al on how to get to the bathroom. That was like
Oh.
and I don't know if they're gonna like have it in any like extra outtakes or whatever, but it was like pretty funny. But that got cut. I think mostly all of DeMarcus's stuff, because that stuff is just so rich anyway. All of that was pretty much there. They didn't cut any of that at all.
yeah.
But yeah, it was mostly like just random sushi restaurant bits. So
okay, interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
the bit that they had included with the towels,
Oh
them
my
all being
God.
like
Those
different and
sounds
different.
are hilarious. Yeah, just like Garfield sound.
yeah, it was a really nice touch. That whole set, like the production designer on Atlanta is fantastic. Like the restaurant, because it's not a real restaurant, like at all, but design
Yeah.
of the space.
Was it a real blockbuster?
I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
So they
Because
actually
I
have
had
to.
I had to Google like to see if there were blockbusters in that area, but I didn't find it.
That's
There's a
even
rainbow.
funnier.
There's a rainbow in that shopping center, though. That is-
All right. That's even funnier than if they had to build a fake restaurant. They had to build a fake blockbuster and make that into a fake restaurant.
Yeah.
That's
That's
funny.
so funny. Yeah, I like that.
And commitment.
Man, they go all out in Atlanta. So Damien, your interactions with the actors and stuff, were they fun to work with? Do you have like any funny stories that we should know about from set? Did you get into any shenanigans?
you are actually the only one that we've had on that actually interacted with the whole cast, right? The main four,
Yeah.
the big four.
Yes,
Yeah.
The big four. I didn't interact too much with Lakeith because he was there, like
Punching
just
your
to
boss.
punch him in the face, yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have to be on set all day for that.
Yeah.
But I had it was a really, really great vibe on that set. Like, it's so chill, and Donald is honestly one of the kindest people, man. Like, super humble, kind, like kind of reserved. Brian Tyree is like I wouldn't say class clown, but he definitely has everyone on set cracking up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he has that like energy, like, for sure, where he's like making everyone just like making sure everyone's having a good time. Zazie, I had like, she is the best. She's just But I got to when I was second morning on set, I was like walking by and she was just like waving like really big at me. I was just like, oh, that's really like, they make you feel really welcome on
that's
that
what's
set,
up.
That's
awesome.
Cool. That's what you want to hear.
Yeah, they don't make you feel like you're an outsider or anything like that. You're just kind of like a part of the family. I will say that I don't remember exactly the circumstances, but there was a bit with Brian Tyree kind of like making a joke about Dave. But I think it was something with like the AD was like saying that something. I can't remember exactly, but he was like, "Oh, I'm sure they get this kind of stuff on Dave." Like,
that's hilarious.
You know, there's that whole like thing between the two shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really wanted there to be like a crossover.
Like, actually said it.
Yeah.
But
and then what was it like working with Hero? I mean, he's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's such a nice dude. I became a big fan of him from the episode where Darius and Al go on the adventure to like level up with the
the trade up all
that stuff.
Yeah.
I was such a fan of how he shot that last scene with Ern and Darius outside the car, and how the
sunlight on the farm and whatever is going
on. And I
on.
literally tweeted at him. I was just like, yo, I'm a fan because of like that shot. Like, I just thought it was so beautiful. And he's just like just an awesome, really cool, chill dude. Like, all of them are really like laid back. Like, there wasn't any sense of like pressure or angst or anything like that. It was just like a really cool, chill set.
Yeah, that's what we keep on hearing from people too, is that like working with Hero is just like a very nice pleasant experience when you may be going in there with your heart pumping a little bit, but he just kind of makes it feel like just a walk in the park, just another day hanging out with people.
Exactly.
That's dope. How about this question here? Was the blowfish on set? Who ate the blowfish? Did you take a bite of the blowfish?
No one ate the blowfish, and it was on set. But no one ate it.
What did they actually have as the blowfish though? Was it like?
I'm not sure exactly what it was. I think it was another one of those like kind of like fruit kind of things though. I don't think it was like real fish. So there's no way they could have had that on set like as long as they did. Like,
right.
Now, if you were Al, Ern, or Van, would you have eaten the blowfish?
No, I know myself. I don't think I would have. I'm not like the pickiest of eaters, but I have my things that I like, and I just, I don't know if I would try blowfish.
Eat the poison fish. Eat the poison fish. Hey, everybody lock the doors.
It's like, no, you eat it first, motherfucker. Like, you take that first bite. I'll take a little nibble off the end of that.
I would have been the one putting up the Yelp review.
Damian's putting up the Yelp review while his two friends are dead in the corner.
Don't try the blowfish, guys.
So anticipation of this episode coming out. So you're in Atlanta. You're not sure it's season 3, season 4. You hear like it's season, the final season coming on. So like, what's sort of you texted like right before you said you knew what episode you were in, so you knew as the season sort of went along. You're like, All right, I'm in the 10th episode. Oh my goodness, it's like getting close. Oh dang! Like, are you texting like your friends? Do people know? Like, how like secretive could you be? Could you not be with like being like, hey, y'all should look out for me on like this week. Maybe if y'all don't tune in last week, that's fine. But can y'all tune in next week?
I was pretty secretive. My mom knew. This guy, shout out to the Working Actor Group. It's this group in Atlanta that does audition taping, etc. classes. They helped me with. They film a lot of my auditions, and Wes is like one of the co-founders there. He knew how much I wanted to be on the show because I told him. So he knew that I booked it. A couple of my best friends knew that I was on the show, but they didn't know like what it was about. I just told them. And then whenever the trailer, because they released like a little trailer for the last episode, I posted like the first. Yeah, and then that's when people knew. But for the most part, only like a handful of people knew that I was on the show.
You open up that trailer.
Yeah,
right? Like all of the trailers open up with that. That's awesome.
That's so great, man.
Right.
Giving the fans what they want.
Giant ass chair that he's got.
I wanted to make a comment because there was like a comment last week. Yeah. I was like, I've seen them smoke out of 3 different devices. And I was like, yeah, he's right. I have.
Thanks for keeping count. He said, cheers.
Don't expect Terry to live in Colorado and not partake, my friends.
He does all that.
How we roll. No, I'm just kidding.
So Damian, how did you feel about the way that the season ended? Your episode. I mean, of course, you can be like, "Listen, it was the best. It was the best episode because I was in it." Like, but like, what were your thoughts on like? Are you team No Dream? Or are you Dream Team?
I am Team Dream.
Hashtag Judy is thick.
I need to rewatch the entire series.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But there have been some moments with Darius throughout the series where he says things that's just like interesting. Like the Drake episode was like
the simulation.
When like why else would Atlanta put that in there? You know,
Champagne Poppy.
Yeah, like that episode, and then the first episode. What I think when Darius is looking around for the dog, I think my guess is that was his first session. Like first step session, like like saying like, "Oh, where's the dog? Really oh shit, this is wild." Because then the guy kind of says, "Yo, what's your man on?" And then I was like, "Yo, don't worry about it. What's good?" Like, they kind of like just push it away,
brush it off. Yeah,
the series starts off with Darius like in his first session. That's just what I'm thinking in my mind.
Wow.
That's actually a really good theory too.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that Teddy Perkins was a bad session, huh?
Right. That was a fucking trip set.
I like to tell myself that like some of the stuff like actually did happen. Like Ern and Van like ended up together.
I think that may be it too. That's kind of like a mix between like reality or whatnot. Like let's consider that Darius is in the depth session a week after the events of like what we've seen in the episode. So like, okay, so they get into that shooting and then he goes into a depth session the next week, and then these are his like recollections of it and like how it's all coming together. Right. And so it's adding in these like surreal aspects to it after they've already kind of experienced it in a normal way. And then all if it's kind of crazy that way.
Do we need to go back and see like any episode that Darius is in? Is the surrealism of that episode kind of kicked up a notch? Because there's like a lot of episodes where it's not really that weird, where nothing strange happens. And I feel like those might be the Darius lacking episodes. Like,
well, I don't know. He wasn't in Man at all.
My argument of not Dream is the Fubu episode.
Yeah, it's pretty realistic.
Just nothing weird happens there. That is just too real life.
I mean,
was
something
very
weird kind of
scary.
happens, like with that girl. You know, when she comes in on the day that after, like at the end of the episode, she's like all demure and depressed for like
We
most of the
talked about
episode.
that, and
And
we
then
noticed that she was carrying a pharmacy bag, and we were saying she probably got her meds that day.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Blake
actually
noticed
pretty
that she
dope.
was carrying a pharmacy bag.
I don't know. I'd say the BAN episode was pretty nuts.
Yeah,
And there's no Darius in it.
right.
Yeah, it is.
But again, he
Even-
could have like watched the interview on like Montague
yeah,
or something, and then like had a depth session. And
Just a
then,
guy driving around that car with no pants.
right? What about this one, Damian? Mr. Kenny.
Oh no, I didn't get to take any props.
Not even one of the towels?
No, not
Yeah.
even. That would be pretty dope, though. I would love that. I would definitely have taken the Garfield towel for sure.
Hell yes.
Not up in the move.
Now we know that you know, everyone on set was super kind, you know, treating you right and making you feel comfortable, but on screen they had to kind of look at you a certain way. Here's a little example of that right here.
With disgust.
This shit is gross. Gross, man. That chef over there is making sushi rolls with his bare ass hands, huh?
And I just love that.
You can
It's so
actually
subtle.
see some of the rice
On your
on
thumbs.
my hands. Like,
Yeah, it's the rice that sells
Just a
it.
quick thumbs up.
Can you get it? Can you get
God
it?
damn it! There we go.
By the way, Damian, if that's not your profile pic on everything right now, I don't know what you're doing.
I swiped.
Can
for
we
the
make
rights on the
that one of our
pictures. I didn't even know.
reactions in the Discord? Just
Yeah.
cut out, and that needs to
Oh,
be one
yeah.
of our reactions.
It's done. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's on its way. Yeah.
my
I might put it on a shirt. Who knows?
my Tinder and my dating app pictures are my profile picture is me as Stanley Hudson in Diversity Day where he had the black index card on his.
Just black.
I was just like, I'm gonna use that as my profile, but maybe I should update it with Chef Kenny.
Yeah, put the new one. You're on TV. You're big time now. So.
Well, I know
Yeah,
a podcast that's got a lot of advice on dating.
you wouldn't be talking about Unfiltered Bachelor, would you?
No, I'm talking about a good podcast.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
I'm joking, buddy.
Moving right along. Yeah, man. Okay, so I think we talked about this briefly, but now that we're sort of here, you want to talk about Black Panther? You want to do that? You want to do that, Damon?
Hold on,
Have you seen it?
one more Atlanta thing before we
Oh,
get
we got
into
one more
it,
Atlanta
Mike.
thing.
Let's just one more. Favorite, since you watched Atlanta from the beginning,
Oh,
what
yeah.
is your favorite episode?
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh, hot seat now.
One of my favorites. I have a few.
Okay, let's
Don't
hit
just
it.
have one. It's like
You want to do top three?
Top
Yeah,
three.
top three.
Ban is definitely in there.
Nice.
Barbershop, just because I love
Yes.
Diddy as a character
Yes.
so much.
That's the answer I wanted. I'm happy.
Oh man, Teddy Perkins. I feel like I have to say Teddy Perkins,
Yes.
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. That series finale was so good.
The series was-
I love the chef in that episode, man.
Man, he's super great.
Whipping it out. Whipping
He
it
really
out.
sold it.
I mean, the fact that Teddy Perkins, they somehow convinced FX to do it with no commercials. That alone for me is like, yeah, that's a real good episode.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I remember when I first saw that, I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, this is really scary.
So
She
disturbing.
said, "Barbershop a documentary."
Man.
No, sorry, it really is, man. I've been making
When it
appointments
starts
on an
When it
app,
starts out
and it's
with
still,
Vivi,
fucking.
When it starts off with Jimmy saying,
Nine was
no,
having some issues there.
Oh, I thought Ken Say meant 18.
well, how am I supposed to know?
Why you have on a wedding dress?
Well, you want some Zaxby's, man?
I love Al. Man, big all your fucking toothpicks.
Classic.
Yeah, so many
So
great
funny.
lines in that episode.
When he's grabbing the bundles, he grabs the bundle. He's like, "Good, we only got 5 more to go." Oh man, we got actually, and the act Robert Powell was like super hilarious and super great though, and had some great stories, including the line that the beige lady was an improv line. Like there was like they were trying to go different directions with it, and he just threw that one out. He's like, me and that actress sort of worked that out. And I just did it, and like he's like everybody on set just started laughing.
He has to be my favorite one-off character of the entire show. Like,
I mean,
And
it
his
is
whole-
a show that is completely built off of like the one-off characters.
Oh, yeah.
And like like the backbone of it is like the Chef Kennys of the show.
One-off
are
characters,
really what
one lines. Just you could
just
have just one
zingers.
line and just
Yeah.
steal
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire episode.
Yeah.
like to this day,
That's
I'm
awesome.
still thinking about these back clothes ain't loyal, and he was just like,
I looked him up because I was looking for his information. Apparently, he was like the transportation director of the show, and that's like his name for different shows. It's like he's not really an actor; he's the transportation director. And I was like, bro, I want to talk to you. That's like my shit is transportation.
That's
But
really
yeah,
cool.
no
knows
show
about
has
that.
any better one-off characters like Atlanta. I don't
No,
know.
no,
No.
Mhm.
But I think with Ban was just like so. When it first aired, I remember watching it, just thinking like, how did they get away with doing this? They created their own commercials, like the coconut commercials. Like the fact that they had that commercial in that episode, but then you see it like I think you're supposed to see it like before in like a previous episode. I think like you see Al just sitting on the couch watching. You hear the commercial playing on the TV.
Oh right, the
It was just
the
so
cereal
brilliant.
commercial.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
The cop when he gets out of
And the
jail,
cop
streets
one.
on lock.
This one for the
Yeah.
Insta-sluts. This one for Insta-sluts.
And I know someone in the justice system who is like that because he texted me when Paul Wall was arrested because he was a Houston damn it. It's like Paul Wall in the prison. Paul Wall in prison. Why are you this man?
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god, somebody wrote this. I love this right here. Going to Target got me paranoid. I buy a crock pot. I think of it follows.
Oh, shit.
Everyone getting a air fryer or whatever from for Christmas this year. Beware, man.
I mean,
Because
they already got an
he's
oven.
coming for you.
Yeah.
He's coming for you.
How did the season 3-2 earns play out? I mean,
You want to take that, Chef Kenny, Damien?
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to take that.
Yeah, do you want to take
Yeah.
that version?
What's your
the
thought
two
on
urns, white E, regular E.
I mean, I'm still trying to process season 3. I still have to. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely need to like go back and like rewatch everything. I'm still trying to like figure out how all that stuff ties in.
Like all of the one-offs and everything. I thought we would get some mentions to it this season, but I kind of understand why they didn't. Because they were just like really trying to say something while they're in that like European, like we're gonna take it on to the like antithesis of Atlanta, and then it's still going to be just as wild, right? And I think maybe that's what they're kind of like paralleling, that like, in like the white dominated space of media compared to like just the juxtaposition of what they were trying to make.
Right.
I don't know. That's kind of like my.
I mean, I thought it was
Yeah,
interesting that like Aaron got his, his luggage. Wasn't one of the things like a Deftones shirt or something like that?
And
Yeah.
one that our Earn kept. He's like, oh, cool. And he kept it.
Right.
Yeah, he liked that one.
They didn't never bring that back, did they? That was just a thing that happened, right?
That just
We don't even see him
happened.
wearing
See
it.
him wear that shirt at all in the fourth. Now I gotta want to watch fourth season again,
Yeah.
just to see if
He
he's
did not.
worn that
Yeah,
shirt.
if there's anyone.
I don't think he did.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but it was Deftones, but it was the cover for The Hobbit.
I
For
think it
the
was.
Hobbit.
I think it was an Ohms, Deftone Ohms album or a single or something like that.
Okay.
Look it up. I remember Googling it as soon as I saw it. I'm like, I wonder what this shirt means because everything means something in the wonderful world of Atlanta.
Right.
And
Right.
I like looked it up and I was just like, oh, okay, kind of. Yeah, all right. Has to do with water and like, all right. I'm gonna try and put one and two together.
You
For
may be
real.
right, sir.
I'm gonna
I did Google
play this clip again, just because it's fucking funny, and then we can maybe move on to, but also everyone in watching right now, please leave a like. Let's get those likes up. Tell 5 friends, get them to tell 5 friends, and we can all
be friends.
or whatever. Yeah,
We could do this every week.
and we can do this all weekend.
Your work, and he's honored to have you here. Thank you.
Sup? that would be like that. The thing is, that would be one of the most like famous lines from the show. Like, there's always like famous like lines from every season that like you say it, and if somebody watches Atlanta, you know it, and like that is now ingrained in the history of the show as like something that like anybody can say it. If you've seen Atlanta, you know where the callback to that.
Yeah,
it's so great.
Exactly. Make right. With Mr. Chocolate, I'm just like, would you let your
Would
daughter...
you like a grit?
Yeah, make grits with Mr. Chocolate, a guy named Mr. Chocolate.
No. If Donald doesn't beat Jason Sudeikis for Best Actor for season 4,
right?
I'll be blown away because he brought so much great shit.
I mean, just episode 2 alone was just like
that therapy episode. Yeah.
Oh my god.
At least get the nomination.
So, what did you think of Ern's backstory, and was it what you thought it would be? Because I don't think any of us got it completely right.
It wasn't. It wasn't what I expected. I think I heard someone say that someone thought that the girl might have been into Ern or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she totally was.
Yeah,
right?
Clearly the one that held his suit. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's believable. It was a believable story.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't expecting that to be the reason why he got kicked out. Like,
right.
Pretty wild.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Was there a part of any which part of this I should say? I was gonna say is there a part, but like what part of any part of like the threads of Atlanta were not closed off for you that you wish they would have closed off?
Culinary Black Widow. That's good. Sorry.
That's a really good question.
Yeah, which thread that didn't get closed off where you're like, man, I wish they would have. That was shit. Like, because so many of the fans, I think, like we're at the end of this season and probably in the end of last season, it's a bit divisive, right? Because like, Sorry,
you guys are just cracking me up in the
comments. You guys
are
doing it. God damn.
Keep the comments coming, guys. Y'all are funny as fuck.
But yeah, what would you say, Damian? Was the thread that you wish they would have closed that they just didn't?
You're in the hot seat, Chef Kenny. Way more than room temperature.
I gotta really think about this one. I'm just trying to think of all the stuff that they didn't close off. It's not really a story thread.
Okay.
But I think they closed off the Van and Ern storyline, but I still felt like I would have liked to see more of Van's character growth in season 3 and season 4. I think I don't think it was satisfactory for me. Van,
That's what. Yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Like, I mean, Ern grew a lot, obviously. Al, Darius, but I don't know. I could have gotten more from Van. I felt like I wanted more.
Got some bad news for you, Sounds by Jay.
Harry, how did he die?
Yeah,
choked on you.
Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that because I was thinking that they were going to come back with him.
Right, we did too.
We did too. Yeah, we thought he was going to be the villain for season 3.
Right, exactly. They set it up that way, but they didn't.
Oh yeah.
So that's definitely something that I'm just like, they could have done more with that. I'm gonna think about this some more though, because I know that there's something that I'm just not grabbing right now. But,
the family member that hurt Ern, I wish they went deeper on that. Yeah.
Speculation at this point.
Oh yeah, man.
Very much speculation.
I should have Kenny. Oh, here we got a question for him.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh yeah, because that is a lock too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
For those that are listening to this, just real quick, if you guys are doing whatever, watching on the replay or watching now, it says, Chef Kenny, what was it like watching the DeMarcus monologue? Was that one take?
So the first time it wasn't one take, but the second day is when he was on set. I think his name is Calvin. The guy that plays DeMarcus. He was on set the second day that I was there. And before we were going to lunch, just the cast, just him and the main 3 and Hero did like a little rehearsal session before we filmed. So I was like back in my trailer. So then they brought us back out to all film. They put us in our places. And let me tell you, when he first did it, I had chills watching him.
Dude.
Wow.
When he finished all of it, after his take was over, everyone just started like applauding him. Like everyone that was in there just applauded him.
Oh yeah,
so amazing. Like he had so much dialogue. Like and he crushed it. Like watching him was definitely a highlight.
In a lot of like long takes too. So many long takes.
And they like it was fun to like. Nobody love me, baby.
Oh, JC, I love you, man.
But it was fun to like watch. It was fun. I was a fun off of that for sure. Watching Hero direct him through that, and like the blocking, just the whole thing was like really, really well done. Like he killed it.
You're going to Popeyes.
That's so.
Aren't you?
No, man. No.
Yes, you are. They all do.
Just like such good, like menacing, tension building monologue, but he was also just like spitting his truth too during this whole thing. I can't play the whole thing or else this will get taken down.
You're empty. Not one person ate the blowfish. Not one. Just a bunch of Yelp reviews that all said the same thing. This nigga serving poison fish.
Oh my gosh.
That was a really hard time for our restaurant. It was really difficult for us.
Decker Clips now killing it with the comment there, huh?
I like that one.
As if Ahmad White's bite the sandwich went Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan, exactly, right? Exactly.
Oh God!
It's yourself, right?
Was. Lock the doors. Wait, what? That's when it just went off the rails. So
I
Oh,
got
God.
scared there too. I was like, oh no.
I like this. This is canon in my
Ooh.
head now. Like he ate the.
That's canon in your head?
He ate the
Blowfish.
blowfish. Yeah, that's why.
Mhm.
Cactus, I have expert cutting skills, so I cut that fish perfectly. So,
So this brings up the question: does Popeyes hold a symbolic meaning? Yeah, I mean,
flavor.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
like
God.
it being owned by an Italian dude, or
Italian
whatever.
family.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, basically
Yeah.
the monologue. What did he say? It's like
A modern day coon chicken.
a modern day coon chicken. Yeah, it's just.
I did not know
Real
that.
restaurant.
Mhm.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know that either. But like, also, I just don't think that. Right.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I just did not know that part. But yeah, and it's just one of those shows that like will have you watching a goofy movie one episode, looking up art literature next episode, and then looking up the Popeyes origin story in the next episode. It's just one of those
I think the thing I loved about this, at least these last two seasons, is and probably even before, but I know definitely for the last two seasons, is it is a show that makes you like think, and then it's a show that makes you. I don't like doing homework, but it's a show that makes me want to do homework to like be like, oh yeah, like,
Right.
and because it's so rewarding when you rewatch and you're just like, I get that, I don't understand that, I'm still looking that up, but you know, it's just so rewarding, and seeing the just mannerisms, or seeing like why something's there, or like why they reference this country, or like, is that really, is this bullshit for the show? Is this real life? You know?
Absolutely. Sounds by Jay. I think we all felt that, man. I mean, literally every single one of us thought someone was dying this season.
Yeah.
I thought.
Damien, I don't know if you were thinking that too, but that's how we felt the season was going to go.
I thought Paperboy was getting it there.
I mean, I didn't really have that, just because I knew that Paperboy was going to be in the last episode.
The last episode, yeah.
So I kind of like,
yeah. Okay, yeah. So you like
but-
tempered your, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, he doesn't eat the blowfish.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nine, when are the new breakdown vids dropping?
People want to know.
Been fiending. Streets is fiending.
I don't even have a clever comeback for this. No,
Cactus, sorry, we've been getting such great guests.
I'm on it. I swear to God, I'm on it. But like, I've just been wanting to like add more to it and just like do some more research on all of it. And then again, I talked about this on the other episode where I just kind of like get into this perfectionist mood and then procrastinate and then not actually release something. And I know I have to do something about that. But I do have like 2 episodes already lined up, ready to go. They're kind of recorded for the most part. So hopefully I can get into the groove of sitting down and actually editing all of that, because it takes all fucking weekend. But yeah. Did you see Darius? Did you see the pink Maserati?
Yeah, it was pretty dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
That was on our last day of filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a stunt driver do like a lot of the donuts.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
In the parking lot.
That's pretty awesome. That is pretty dope.
Were you
So wait,
tempted
were
to
they
steal
like
it?
all in it then? Were like
Yeah,
it was just like a stunt driver, and then it was like Van and Ern and
right. Yeah, they switched them out. Yeah, so they had them all in the car. But, yeah,
That's
crazy.
crazy.
Cool. That's pretty sweet.
Jeff, what were you saying?
Damien, if you had the chance, would you have stolen the car? Did that thought cross your mind at all?
I mean, that car is pretty amazing.
Getting a little art imitating reality right there, huh?
Pretty hard. Yeah, it's pretty hard to miss. Easy to identify.
If I was in a dream, I definitely would have stolen that.
Sirens in the distance.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Have you guys heard about the Kia boys?
The what?
This is
Wait,
the
what?
Kia Boys. Like it's a
Is
trend.
this like
where,
Island Boys?
No, it's like people are like.
the
like
the
there's, like,
hijackers, well, the carjackers.
Yeah, there's like a thing about like new Kias or something that you can like steal them by. Don't do this at home. Like, don't try this, guys. But you
Allegedly.
can like steal them with like a USB stick or something, and like a
What?
bunch of people are going on like joyrides and like taking Kias or something.
One of my
Oh my
buddies got
God.
a new Kia. I'm so excited.
Gotta let 'em
That's
know.
gonna be awesome.
Well, that's a wrap, folks. Thank you for tuning in.
Where's my USB?
You may wanna. He may have stolen that car. I don't know.
Sirens in the
But-
distance.
Right. Exactly. Watching Judge
I-
Judy as the cops come.
Damien, on the tone of dreams, we asked this question to all of our guests, but like, what would be your dream role, movie, TV show? What would that? Is it still Macaulay Culkin, by the way?
Yeah.
Adventureland was pretty dope, and he got to meet Brenda Song. So
I love seeing Macaulay Culkin in Righteous Gemstones. I don't know if y'all seen it, but he's
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific role, but I would like to be a series regular on like a hit comedy show, kind of like a Brian Tyree Henry, Zazie Beetz with Hugh Stanfield. I just want to be on like a hit TV show that runs for a long time. You have that steady income. But yeah, I would like to be in a comedy. I love comedy. So
Okay.
I would like to be in a comedic role of some sort. Maybe
I'm
like
thinking two long running comedies. I'm like, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then like Curb Your Enthusiasm.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
Right.
exactly. Yeah. You get to really grow into the characters and learn about them. That would be really cool. So
I really feel like Atlanta was the Curb Your Enthusiasm for rap.
That sounds like such an original. You just
Yeah,
thought
just
about that right
off
now,
top of my head,
Great
guys.
style. Oh, there you go.
but couldn't Dave also be the Curb Your Enthusiasm of rap?
I
Well,
guess so.
yes, but
But
I
Yeah.
feel like
yeah.
I feel like maybe Dave would. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, and again, I'm a huge
the
Dave
Twin
fan.
Peaks
We've
for
broken down
rappers
Dave.
is kind of like the best description. I feel like
Of Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Of Atlanta
Mhm.
for the
Yeah.
surrealism. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's nothing really surreal in Curb Your
Yeah,
Enthusiasm.
but let's be honest. If Donald tried pitching it as the Twin Peaks of rap, it wouldn't have gotten picked up.
yeah.
You know?
Nope.
There's been a whole lot of nope.
GTA mode.
What did we think of Woke? I saw we
I haven't
tried.
watched
So
it.
we tried. I mean, I know Terry brought it up when it came out. This is again before
I
we got
finished
with
it.
9NerdYards. I watched 3 episodes. I just never went back to go watch it again.
Season 1 is kind of hard to get through.
Oof.
I have
okay.
to admit, season 1 was kind of hard to get through. I had to watch it again. I still didn't enjoy it, but like season 2, I don't know what changed or what happened, but season 2 is woke.
And there's only
Okay.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah. There's only the 2 seasons. I love Curb. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. Again, one of those shows I just haven't finished. I started it and I'm like, this is hilarious. Why did I never watch it sooner?
Right.
Yeah, I think I've made it twice through all 13 seasons already.
You know, a
Oh my
dude
god.
Yeah.
got proved innocent in like a pretty big criminal case because of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah. A lot
Yeah,
of
because
whatever
he was in that
documentaries,
baseball
pretty
episode.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
It's so
Yeah.
great. They're saving
Save it-
lives.
save- Saving lives.
Very true.
That is like a very Curb Your Enthusiasm type of
Right?
like plot line too. It's just like
I was gonna say it
watch
sounds like an
the
episode.
show, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's pretty crazy.
Terry, you got some agreement going on here.
It just, oh man, I don't know what they were doing, but I'm glad they gave them a second chance on that second season because they really did it. But season 1's,
Mhm.
I give it like a 5 out of 10 on season 1. Wow,
Oof.
season
And
2
then-
straight up
Ooh.
to 8.
Oh, by the way, the first off, I was wrong. It wasn't Adventureland with Seth Green. It was Changeland. Second off, there has been an update on the last episode of Atlanta rating wise. Does anyone want to take a guess?
8.5.
9.8.
9.5.
9.6.
Wait, how many people have like
889.
Okay,
Ooh,
so that's
okay.
I'll say this: one of you got it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, let's take it then.
Who got
All right, Blake got it. 9.6.
Ooh,
Which highest rated for the season, without question.
Man.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all thanks to SUUUUP.
What's up?
What's up?
Actually,
You're welcome, Atlanta.
I'm wondering.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely not. Just
Is
because
the hype
like
of
it's already
Dave.
done the 2 seasons already, and the hype hasn't been there. I think like people like to watch it. We're going to be covering season 3 when it comes on or whatever. But like I just don't think even I don't think there's a cult following for Dave.
No, there's
So here's the thing with Dave, and here's I mean, even though the show it's got similarities to Atlanta and stuff, it came out during the pandemic when it should have had like the audience where everybody was watching it, and the thing was not a whole bunch of people watched it until season 1 already came out.
Yep.
And then season 2, I think a lot of aspects of it were really great. It just didn't hit as heavy as like the mid of season 1 and the end of season 1.
It relied a lot on guest cameos, like big artists popping through.
Doge.
Stuff. And I feel like that's what kind of made Dave, I would say Dave probably has more diverse viewers than Atlanta did, but the Atlanta viewers are way more hardcore. And
yeah.
I'd probably find more people who are like, yeah, Dave's a good show, 7 out of 10. But Atlanta people, there may be fewer, but they're like, this show's 10 out of 10. Let me tell you,
it's incredible. Yeah,
I mean, just like the rankings, like the Rolling Stones article, like everywhere you look, I mean, Atlanta's like breaking the top 10. I just don't see Dave breaking that aspect.
Which I just did another quick look through of all the episodes of Atlanta. There is one episode that ranks higher. Teddy Perkins.
Teddy Perkins, yeah.
By
Definitely.
0.1, 9.7 as opposed to 9.6.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, this is a good question here for Chef Kenny over here. We're pulling this up. Let's pull this up. Did you feel nervous working with so many big actors in all your takes?
100%. Yeah. It's like one of my first big credits too. You know what I mean? Like I had New Amsterdam, but with this show, this is the first time I'm working with actors that all been in like movies, and you know what I mean? Like it was definitely nerve-wracking for sure.
And New Amsterdam was before this, right?
Yeah, New Amsterdam was a couple of weeks before I filmed Atlanta. Yeah. I think once we did a couple of takes, we had a break, and I was kind of like sitting off to the side, and Donald like walked by me, and he just gave me like a little thumbs up, and I was just like, that's kind of like what made me like, okay, like I can like not be as And it was before I even did that. Like he did it.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's so great.
Yeah.
So I was definitely nervous.
So awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, I mean, just like having them all there at once, because like again, like with the Atlantaverse, even though there is just so many back just like one-off characters, they're always kind of like interacting singularly with different cast members, and it's very rare that they're like all together then experiencing this like type of weird shit. Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
dope, like because like now whatever you do, like you've already been on set with like an incredible like crew and like cast that's like done just all these things, and then again like
Marvel
it's not
superheroes
like
and shit.
Yeah, for real. Like,
really,
and
their uncles.
Like, yeah. and for fans like us, like you're a fan of the show. You're not just an actor who's like on set. You're a fan of the show. So it sort of hits this double like boom boom. whereas anywhere you go, like you might not be a fan of it, you might not know anything about it, or it might be actors you're like, oh, I've kind of seen your stuff, but in your head and in all of our heads, you're like, I know these guys though, and these guys are who like I've been following these guys' adventure, and then for them to be so cool in real life, like if anything, it sounds like an incredible like oh okay, well if this is what this journey is like, then like sign me up, because like this is a great way to like have my first experience and it be like a really big role, and like from here it's just like everything is gonna be like cake from here. I don't know, I was just speaking for you, but like I imagine that's sort of the feeling in your head.
100%, you hit it completely on the head. I feel like now that I got that experience out of the way, it was something that I wanted so much, obviously, because I wrote it down on a it was something that I knew that I wanted. And having that experience with those people, I feel now like, why can't I go on another set and work with another big actor? You know, like why not? So it definitely gave me a lot of confidence for sure.
And would you say it lived up to what you were dreaming it would be?
Yes.
Awesome.
100%. Because out of all, like I said, I've auditioned for like other roles for this show, and they're all fantastic characters. But I was blessed and but like Chef Kenny, you know, I was Chef Kenny, you know, and the series finale, an incredibly memorable episode. So I'm just very, very blessed, and I know because of anything that I did. So I'm just very grateful.
That's so awesome, man. Yeah, I'll praise to the Most High. Here we are, right here. Chef, were you allowed to interact with big crew throughout takes?
Big crew. You mean? I'm guessing they're talking about
the main force.
The main cast. Yeah.
So it was during the pandemic, so like everyone was like very big about like going to your trailers, having your mask. They weren't like big on like having everyone just hanging out. You know what I mean? I feel like if it was pre-pandemic, probably would have been a very different experience. Different experience where we're just like all hanging out all the time. But a lot of the times they just wanted to prevent anyone from getting COVID, so they didn't want like everyone like huddled together. So I wasn't on set. I was normally like in my trailer. So, because
it's bad enough you making sushi with your bare hands, like you can't be giving everybody COVID and shit.
Right.
COVID and salmonella, that's a bad combo. I don't want that.
Bad combo.
And we had a COVID scare anyway, even though
I said that.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was like a very real thing. And I had moments like, you know, like outside of set. So like, you know, when I was leaving for the day or just whatever, you know, there were little moments there. But I was in my trailer and on set. That was about it.
But I think to answer Andrew's question, it's not like they try to like separate you guys because of like, oh, they're some cast. It's just like, no, they were separating y'all for you know, COVID reasons, and like, but if it wasn't because of that, you guys probably would have interacted more. So it wasn't separated in that manner. I gotcha.
Yeah, and there were moments because, you know, in the restaurant, when you look at the setup, there was like behind where the hostess was, where DeMarcus like first looks out the window, there was like a little seating area right there. So that's where like the cast would normally like hang out, like in that little corner right there. I was like normally, if I was like in that room, I was normally like behind the sushi counter. Stay out of people's way, you know?
Right?
just sneaking a roll here and there before anyone notices. Yeah, I get you.
Thumbs up in Hero. He's like, "That's a good shot, Hero. That was good." Oh man, God. That's so great. Okay, well, we've got our last like probably 10-15 minutes here. Chef Kenny, do you want to stay on Atlanta? Are we ready to move on to Black Panther like we tried an hour ago? Or we can keep it on Atlanta though.
I just don't know if we're going to have enough time to cover Black Panther. We're going to have to like.
I do want to get his thoughts though on it.
We can definitely get some thoughts. And then also everyone in the comments, if you're watching, if you have any questions for Chef Kenny, I'm going to just play this clip one more time just to remind y'all. Sup. Just come by, say sup.
Why do you think I sat facing away from it?
Oh, Zazie.
Hello,
Hey,
Hi.
what's going on?
my name is Chef Kenny. We'll be serving you omakase today since it's a special occasion. Marcus is a big admirer of your work, and he's honored to have you here.
Thank you.
Sup? What's up? I don't know how I never noticed before.
Uh-huh.
It's not just like a cool pattern to the ceiling. It's just the ceiling missing almost every one of the foam tiles.
Is it? Yeah.
If you back up just a little bit and push play again, right there.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the popcorn tiles or whatever.
Oh, that old closed down Blockbuster, man.
That's so great. Such like a realistic touch.
Yeah. The candy,
there you
the
go.
rags, everything.
Yeah, but Sounds by Jay, you're gonna be so pissed because there's a Popeyes across the street, man.
Right.
I gotta say that line is so iconic. Like today, I went and tried like
This is
this
Black
West
Panther mode, by the way.
African Nigerian restaurant called the Jollof King in Houston. And
Yeah.
my cousin was
How
like,
was
"Hey,
it?
what should we say as soon as we walk in there?" And I was like, "We should probably just walk up in there and go, sup?"
All right,
We're
so
not
Damian,
really prejudices.
knowing you're such a big fan of Glover, if you could have been a part of any of his past things, movies, TV, music videos, what would you have chosen?
Ooh,
You can even throw in 30 Rock if you want, just even things he's written on. you know?
yeah. Man, I would have to say it could be anything.
Yeah, anything.
Yes.
I'd probably have to go with Community, I think.
Right.
Even though he wasn't like the creator of the show, I just love Community so much. And I would love to have been part of that. That was probably one of my favorite things. Then.
Troy also quickly becomes like one of the best characters on that show. Let's be honest.
100%. 100%.
Fuck that Jeff guy.
Yeah.
What a stupid fucking name.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to his new series, though. He has Mrs. and Mr. Smith.
Yes.
And, the Beyonce-esque show, Hive, I think it's called currently. I'm excited for those. He has like a big Amazon deal, so I think he's gonna be doing like quite a few things for Amazon.
So excited.
I'm so about it. I like me a good Prime show. Speaking of Prime show, it is Black Panther mode activated. Wakanda Forever. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to do that just because I'm like sort of I was represented well in this movie. So as a Mexican American, I was very well represented. So
They made such a great call making Namor from Latin American culture, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was a fan.
The Mayan culture. That was a really good just the way that they differentiated it from the Aquaman series. I was wondering like how they were going to do that. I just thought it was he played it off phenomenally. How about we go through our rankings first? I'll go last. 1 through 10, what would you guys put the movie at?
We'll start with Chef Kenny.
No pressure.
I probably would say like a 6.57, I think.
6.57. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So that's a bit lower than definitely lower than what I was gonna go. How about this? What would you rate the original Black Panther then?
9.5.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a big drop off.
There's a discrepancy right there.
Yeah. I didn't. I mean, I have to see it again. I've only seen it once, but I mean, they killed off Ramonda. Like, come on now.
Hey, fans, spoilers.
By the way, spoilers if you're still here. Black Panther mode, spoiler mode also activated along with Black Panther mode. What about producer Terry here? What you got for us?
Man, I should almost 100% agree with those numbers on them. I feel that way too with
6.5, 7.
for the
Okay.
second one, and then like a 9,
Yeah.
solid 9 for the first one.
For the first one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you, White Rice?
You better just say 10.
This is gonna be fun, huh?
Okay.
So I'd
No
say
pressure.
the first one 9 to 9.2, and I'd say this one 8.6 to 8.8. But I do have a question for everyone once we get through the rankings.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
What about
Interesting.
you?
I would say 9.2, 9.5 for like the original one. Like I really loved it. And I anytime it's on TV, like I was like, ooh, it's Black Panther. This one, it did a lot of things for me, but I still like. I'd probably say 7.2, 7.5 for the highest. I'm usually a little bit more kinder than a lot of movie critics, but it did some really great things, but it didn't do the same things that the first movie did.
Okay.
All right, 9. What you got?
For the first one, I will say it actually changes for me for the first one. Sometimes it's a perfect 10. Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh, it's a 7. All right. So I'll say it's an 8.5.
Okay.
After watching Black Panther, Wakanda Forever once in the theaters, I will say that it's 8.5.
Okay.
All the way to 9. And I loved it.
Oh yeah.
I loved
great.
it so much.
Yeah.
I actually really loved it. And hold on, do we want to like go into our rantings and ravings?
Rant away, 9. That's what you do so
All
well.
right. Well, it's just that when they were tasked with this kind of like impossible thing to create after the death of Chadwick Boseman, which is probably like what, like, I don't know, his death like hit me just hard. I just like really appreciated like just the story afterwards of like him battling on and, you know, visiting kids in hospitals but not letting anyone know that he was also sick. It chokes me up, right? So I was completely worried about it. But what they were able to do is keep his presence throughout the whole movie. And then I walked in, I was like, oh, I'm not going to let it get to me. From the first scene, that quiet opening with no music,
with all the clips with him.
I was like, oh fuck, okay,
Motherfucker, I cried 3 times during this movie.
No. Okay, I was like, all right, so they're gonna do it like that, okay? But I don't know if it, but like, even like, say what you want about Letitia Wright, maybe she may have been like my biggest gripe about it. Terry's like, yeah. Terry's like, I'll say what I want about Letitia Wright. And I was just like,
I personally love her, but I also understand she is a religious nutcase. Don't ask her about nothing like that. All right, just give her lines.
Yeah,
ask her about shit.
Exactly. And then she has to play like a scientific like character that's also
analytical,
like believing in the silence and saying like, oh no, mom, you can't feel like but like at the end of the day, I was like, okay, maybe she wasn't completely ready to be front runner or whatever, but the way she handled it, like also I felt the presence in her performance while she was doing her thing. And then throughout the whole cast, Angela Bassett should get a goddamn Oscar.
Incredible.
For what she did there.
Incredible.
Yes.
Because I felt just like heavy every single time she was on screen. So, and
she got her emotion to you so well.
Absolutely. And it reminded me of my own mother. Like, you know, just the way, you know, especially when I, you know, recently went to Zimbabwe. Well, not recently, but a few years ago, went to Zimbabwe with my in the way that she kind of like sparks up when we're like in the thick of it, like in the real bush area, the rural areas, and like she's just like there in her element, and that's something that I've lost in myself. And seeing Angela Bassett kind of like portray those attributes, I don't know, it just like hit home for me a lot.
Andrew's last comment, 100%.
Angela Bassett for Oscar.
Mhm.
All right. So here's my question, combining what Nine said and what Chef Kenny said. Are you guys familiar with, in especially the comics world, what fridging a person is?
Yeah.
So fridging a person started with a Green Lantern comic book where, for no reason, they killed his girlfriend and shoved her into a fridge just to move the story along and give him motivation to go after the bad guy. Was Ramonda fridged?
Yeah.
I think so.
You believe
Pretty
so?
much.
Because
that's what I was, because that was one of my gripes with how they killed her. I was like, did they really? Because thank you for that term. Because I was like, did they? Because I was thinking Deus Ex Machina to make it go forward or something. But yeah, fridging, that's a good term for it. I was like, did they really need to fridge her?
And it's actually interestingly
had enough plot and reason to go after them more and have this fight, and I was like, I don't think he really needed to kill her off.
So, and the interesting thing is, it's kind of like an epidemic in the comic world where they do it to a lot of female characters. The difference is it's usually the protagonist's girlfriend, wife, lover. So this is a bit different in that sense. But I mean, that's how I feel about it. Because I mean, Shuri, she had no motivation to be Black Panther. She had no motivation to revive the heart-shaped herb. They're like, let's kill her mom.
Yeah, she'll do it then.
That's still enough. I think they could have built off anything else. Could have been her motivation.
It does feel.
Andrew Bassett was like pissed off about them killing her off.
I did hear that.
She was?
I did hear that.
Oh man, there goes my happy theory. I was kind of being like, well, maybe she just didn't really like doing this stuff, and she was ready to be done with it. I was hoping.
I don't think she was.
Because Ryan Coogler, I think, told her like, "Oh, in the Marvel universe, people get brought back all the time or whatever." But it's just like, still.
But not in the Marvel, not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's a lot different there. In comics, whatever, nonstop. But in the MCU, we got to make it a little more palatable for the non-comic audiences. I mean, who's truly been brought back in the MCU? Cap being frozen, but he was frozen. Bucky, but it was we didn't know when he was frozen.
Right.
Gamora, technically, but it's like a different.
Yeah.
Gamora,
But that's a timeline skip.
Yeah, that's like a whole thing. Yeah. I mean, half the universe.
Yeah.
They were snapped.
I don't think technically. Like maybe in the ancestral plane, they can use her, like they did with other people. But I don't see how they would bring her back.
I would say that this movie was like maybe just like one rewrite away from being like completely like impeccable. I think even with that scene, it could have hit a lot harder, or the pacing could have been a bit more dramatic, where we can kind of Aunt May dying in spoilers. No Way Home.
We already called spoilers. We're good.
For No Way Home also.
I mean, that was technically a fridge too.
But like that was also just kind of like I don't think that was the fridge though. Well, anyway, but that pacing of that like kind of like action going on was basically perfect in that kind of connection with Ame and
Peter
and Peter. That could have played out a bit more, just like ramped up to where Angela Bassett kind of goes out. But I still do like what it does symbolize, though. But I can definitely see the fridge argument now that you guys are mentioning it.
I think a part of it is also just the fact that, like, okay, so Riri's fine, but Ramonda is not, and like they were underwater the same amount of time. I mean, like, it's little things like that, and it's just like. Also, I had a big problem with the bigger problem I had was the end of the movie when it's like, all right, we beat them, way to go us. And it's like, how many people were on that ship when you guys started the fight?
Yeah.
And there's like 10 of y'all left.
You know? Uh-oh, we got another bot.
Oh my gosh, these hot singles.
I bring the bots out, man. What can I say?
Man, what is your secret, buddy?
It's the mustache.
But-
It's my Carl Winslow mustache.
But yeah, I mean, those were my two big gripes with the movie. But other than that, I thought it was great, and I really loved the. A lot of times, I have an issue with like, hey, we really need to make this villain under like, he's got to be relatable. It's like not every villain needs to be, you know.
Yeah.
But I thought with Namor, they actually did a good job of it.
Mm-hmm.
I do like this, like everyone
Right?
guys, you know, kind of Dragon Ball rules apply. You can select calls from the afterlife. What about the Killmonger? So, well, I guess we're not just. Are we just talking about Black Panther for like another hour or what?
Oh, I cannot go another hour.
Yeah, no,
But, like,
I really wanted to get Chef
And,
Kenny's
and
thoughts.
Chef Kenny's
yeah.
Chef Kenny's
Kenny.
East Coast, so he's even an
Yeah.
hour ahead of us.
I'm ready.
I wanted to get his
I'm
thoughts.
to eat and go to bed.
Yeah.
Smoke between now. Yeah, damn.
But yeah, just mostly
How
wanted
should
his
we do
thoughts
this?
on it. Chef Kenny, any other thoughts on Black Panther that
Black
you didn't
Panther.
get to say? Because we could rant on this all
We,
day, but
we got a bit passionate.
Yeah, most importantly, it's your thoughts and like how you felt, or was there anything that like you're like, I would have done this a little different?
I will say that I'm really, really excited about who they cast for Ironheart.
I loved her.
She's fantastic. She was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. And is she getting a series or a movie? Or
Series.
Yeah.
Disney Plus series.
Ironheart, or
Yeah,
is she
I
going to
will
be in
watch that.
Armor Wars or something?
Okay. 'Cause she's
I
part
heard
of
she
the
had
new-
her own series.
She's part of the new Avengers, isn't she? Isn't Ironheart part of the new Avengers?
Yeah,
I'm not-
she'll probably be in like the Young Avengers.
Young
or
Avengers,
whatever.
Avenger,
Okay.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be her,
Spider-Man.
and then the dude. What's the kid from Winter Soldier? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. He's going to be like the new Falcon.
Yeah, the guy that was on the
There's,
helicopter with them.
He was like
Yeah.
the younger black kid for the dude that was the original Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah. His nephew or whatever, or his
Yeah,
grandson.
because isn't he supposed
Yeah.
to be a part of the new Avengers or Young Avengers or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about him.
I
I
forget-
thought you were talking about the other military guy that was on the helicopter that Sam saves in the beginning of the show, who I believe, you're right, is supposed to become the next Falcon.
Mm-hmm. But then,
Oh,
yeah,
right. No,
there's
I
thoughts
wasn't
about
talking about him. Yeah, I was talking about the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to the Ironheart series. She was my favorite.
Andrew is killing it.
The end with the son. So what's gonna happen? I'm guessing that he's gonna challenge for the throne or something. I don't know. Like,
I think it's going to be a while until like we even get like that.
come back.
Yeah.
I just
With how young he
appreciated
is.
it because of like how I don't know, just like the legacy continuing or whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I
The
feel like
only
they are
thing
also
I'm
solid.
worried about Black Panther and the future of Black Panther wise is Secret Invasion can fuck it all up. It can fuck everything up. And
I'm excited.
I
as
was-
fuck
I
for
was very
Secret Invasion,
glad
though.
I am. But like my thing is like I'm really glad that so I personally did not want them to recast Chadwick, but that's mostly just because of the comic stuff of it, and also I felt it was too soon. But the main thing is I was terrified they were going to do that, just like CGI de-age him into it, and I was like, God. So I was glad that the only footage they used of Chadwick was from the first Black Panther or from his various Avengers movies.
Mhm.
So that's the one thing I worry about is like I don't want them to be like, oh, Chadwick or T'Challa was always alive, and then like do some crap CGI version of him, you know?
Oh no, I don't think.
I feel like
they would
that'd
do
just be an
that.
insult to
Yeah.
Chadwick.
They're gonna
Yeah,
Princess
definitely.
Leia him in.
You know? Yeah,
Right.
they can't do that shit. They won't be able to do that shit.
Oh man,
Oh,
I love it. I love it. Well, let's start wrapping this up. Chef Kenny, I think I speak for everybody, and everybody wants to probably give their like just shouts to you for coming on, doing such a great job on the last episode. And if you haven't gone to see it or watch it recently at the Atlanta, this was all a dream. That's what it was.
All a dream.
All the dream.
But Damian, go ahead and take over the show, man. Let people know, what you got coming up, where people can find you. Just take over the show for a bit and just, sort of shout yourself out, man.
Yeah, so I'm a writer as well. So I'm working on a couple of scripts right now that I'm trying to, get up as web series at some point. So keep an eye out for that.
Nice.
One of them is called Dope City USA, set in the 90s.
Okay.
It's a 90s period piece that I'm working on about the only Black writer for a TV show similar to The Fresh Prince. And the show's the show's called Dope Monarch of Beverly Hills. So it's kind of like a parody of the whole Fresh Prince and only having one Black writer. So I'm working on that, and I'm working on a couple of other like short film ideas. But you can follow me on Instagram and the Twitter. I don't know if Twitter's still a thing. What's up?
What's up?
At Damian Jason W. Damian with an A, not an E, because I'm the right way to spell it.
The link is also in the description.
Yeah,
for sure. Everybody go follow Damian Jason W. Again, just thank you, and everybody go follow his projects. Everybody go check him out, and we can't wait to see what else you do. We hope to obviously have you on in the future, man. It's been an absolute pleasure tonight, and we just thank you for taking time and staying up. I mean, you're an hour ahead of us. It's 10:44 here at Central Standard Time, so we definitely appreciate it. Let's wrap this up. Jeff, where can people find you if they want to reach out to you, talk about all things Marvel or Atlanta?
Well, you know what? Thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate it. You can try and Skype with me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledickie2.com because of the hackers. You can try and find me on Facebook, Jeff Madel, Madl. I love talking to you guys. I've had 2 people reach out. It's been a really fun thing. Just, message me first, because if you just try and friend accept me, I won't know who you are. So, also, it turns out I've got an Instagram, and I never knew it. Madel Jeff, MADLJEFF. Try to find me there too. I guess that's a thing. And last but not least, if you're in the Austin Land area, you can find me at Winter Affair this coming Sunday. Right. Oh, Andrew Edwards, I should fucking do that.
You should change it now.
Change your name.
Thank you, man.
I'm going to get on some things after this.
Legally change your name.
Going down to the courthouse tomorrow. But yeah, if you're in Austin and you want to go see some Christmas stuff, go to the Palmer Event Center Winter Affair. I'll be working the Illuminidal Celebrity Prayer Candle.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Producer Terry, where can people find you? They want to talk about all things Marvel or Atlanta related business.
Always, you can find me on Instagram at terryfphotos. And if you are on Atlanta, your cousin worked on Atlanta, you drove around the city of Atlanta, some interesting Atlanta stories. You're in the Hollywood industry, please come on. We'd love to probably interview you and have you as a guest. Pretty soon we're gonna have some pin merch for 9NerdYards and some Atlanta things, and you can find that at Pendependence CO. Also,
love it. I don't know what you're looking for, but we're looking for you.
Booty,
oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Independence.
It's nothing compared to that thick booty Judy.
Well, eventually we'll have
there it is.
We gotta get the thick Judge Judy pins out.
Yeah.
Man, by the way, real quick, Andrew Edwards in the comments taking care of us. Thanks, man.
This is just some great ideas right here. On fire, Andrew. I love it. Nine, where can people find you? They want to reach out to you for all things Marvel and Atlanta related.
Right here, my dear boy. Right here on YouTube. You can hit me up on Twitter. Damian hit me up on Twitter, and that's how we kind of got connected. And I mean, look at us now. We're just mucking. You can also find me on Instagram, and I do have a TikTok. We also have the 9NerdYards Discord, where we're just almost at that 300 mark for people just theorizing, talking about Atlanta still, and then pressuring me hard to like do some other recommendations. So if you want to join the chat there and interact with me, and we sometimes just like watch and chill and watch episodes of Atlanta. So just join me there. And also I have my Patreon, where for $1 you can get coverage of my season 1 videos, Atlanta season 1. $1,
nice.
no holla.
Nine, you're
Hey,
absolutely amazing. Thanks for your amazing episodes. It's, yes.
Oh.
That's
Hey,
so sweet.
yo, Blake,
What's up?
where can people find you, man?
You can find me Money Blake Weather, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, or you can find me here every week, every Thursday. And I know we will be breaking down Black Panther in the not too distant future. Hopefully not too distant. Everybody's gonna forget about it, but it's so great. But we will be breaking it down. And again, I want to shout out our amazing guest tonight, Chef Kenny, aka Damian Jason White. Thank you so much for coming on. I want to thank everybody out there for commenting.
just for my thumbnail for I actually whatever.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody out there. Andrew, again, I appreciate you. Everett Film Age Studios, JC. Those are the last ones I see recently, but everybody who's been commenting, showing love. We definitely appreciate you. And if you're watching this, go ahead and follow the Discord. Follow the channel everywhere it's at. YouTube, you go follow Nine, follow everybody here. And whether you're listening to this right now or on a recap, on a replay, morning, evening, afternoon, doesn't matter. We do appreciate you. And until the next time, we will see you.
So
What's up?